Honorable Judge Kraynick, ongoing 5 years. Why can't I use my constitutional rights? Am I the only one who cares about the ongoing violations of? Have a bond? Have all my medical records? Have all my digital evidence and discovery? Have all my paperwork, notes, letters, pictures, everything of mine returned by my former attorney? Speak to my investigator. Have a complete download of my phone? Have any of my witness lists? Give any insight, understanding, clarification, truths about my case, especially to my attorney? Be listened to by anyone, especially my attorney? Be respected for who I am truly, especially by my attorney, and not be disrespected for the mutated, malicious murderer all the world has falsely, incorrectly created and believes me to be. Be treated fairly, lawfully, and be protected by the justice system. Properly, rightfully, completely defend myself, see all, and know the same as the world can and does, including my attorney, from all the phenomenal, non-permissive amount of my entire case being available online globally before my trial, and most important, before I have seen myself. What doesn't anyone know already about my case? How about my side in everything, about everything? Be correctly understood that I am not the problem for reasons I am on malappointed by the court attorney number 8. See my letter 7/21/23. Say what I want and should, but all the world can, and say it all wrong and warped. Why won't my attorney give me an honest answer? Show me everything she says she has and finished reviewing for my case, but withholds from me after I ask repeatedly for and about. Give me an answer other than, I'm putting this to rest. That's not necessary, or I'm not having this conversation with you. Grant me access to anything I ask for in and about my case. Like the detectives in my case stop putting words in my mouth.
If you like our take on true crime, please do one or more of the following. Tell a friend, hit thumbs up, subscribe, and set the notification bell to all.
Tell me what's going on in my case. It's been well over 100 days she has been my attorney, and I still do not know. Ongoing 5 years. Answer any of my questions? Ever ask me any questions? How could she supposedly know everything she needs to know from what she's been told, heard, read, seen? Reassure she's on my side for me, not against? Why have I already been judged in the court of public opinion? How did that happen? Why have I been sentenced by anticipation and condemned before my predicted trial? Why does my attorney and all the world think my case is already over? Your Honor, during our first introduction at my last withdrawal of court-appointed attorney number 7, Hobson, you stated to me your uninvolvement with any of my letters I write. I am still going to write my letters as conduitely they are to the world where all my potential jurors are located, and this is the only way anyone, including yourself, knows the very necessary insight to my continued disadvantages, hindrances, impediments I'm still experiencing on top of the new burring my intentions to write. The race to the pulpit is unfair, and it is important to me that you are aware and understand what transpires when the news cameras are off. We are all between the status hearings. 2. As so many of the advantageous embezzlers, racketeers, mindless lemmings, and just altogether mean people can use their freedom of speech, not knowing me in any way other than what's being said by all the other mean people and being said incredibly incorrectly, so can I. As the compelling, annoyed detectives in my case, Copesell had to falsify documents, and Lowen wore his gun for me to see. I am sure you are familiar with, after watching all my plastered, highly misconstrued, over 30 million views just on one site, interviews, and in which they both repeatedly attempted to feed me their incorrect, incomplete, hypothesized opinion by stating to me everyone has their limit at this seemingly endless point of perpetuality of nonsense and lawlessness, still growing, and I very much want to advance to the next level after ongoing 5 years now. A genuine concerned limit has been reached. Why am I still not being included in my case? How much more of my case itself is being added hourly, especially after this letter gets loose, to the internet, increasing the mass infection and destruction of my hopes to have a fair trial. Anything fair. My side foremost, and wondering now if my attorney drank the punch like everyone else. All aforementioned reasons, and so many more, for this letter to be written, hoping to deter some of the unfair, one-sided finger-pointing of corruption and malpractice being directed at me only by those in the justice system who are trying to deflect the shame and shock from me fearlessly challenging the status quo. And it must be so, because it's in my face on the computer at the same time on the boob tube television. Brainwashed, ignorant followers of disbelief, conformity, and greed trying unsuccessfully to make my life by character assassination seem worse than theirs. No, 2. When anyone points their finger, 1, it's impolite, and 2, 3 point back at you. How many tried it to see? Put the stone down, as there will be no casting of anything today, except maybe for the role of my part, for all the pre-conclusion documentaries and crystal ball real-life stories of true crime, incorrectly formulated from everyone supposedly knowing me and judging who they think I am, what really happened, and is going to futuristically. Remember, 3 point back. Soothsaying is not a real job. To sum it up, in the words of my attorney, after I told her to Google me, she stated, "There's a lot." To sum it up in the words of myself, the defendant stated to my attorney after she stated that to me, "When can I see? How much longer do I have to wait? Or how many attorneys must be withdrawn for me to be included in my case? And be included more than the world presently is. This is my case in every aspect." See all my aforementioned ongoing 5-year questions I am still waiting on for answers.